There are 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. Not million, not billion, trillion. And each of them is packed with hundreds of billions of stars. If that number is hard to picture, let's bring it down to something more familiar. Imagine every grain of sand on every beach, on every desert on Earth. Now, double that. That's how many galaxies are out there. And in just our galaxy, the Milky Way, there are around 200 billion stars. Most of them, they have planets, which means that just in our little corner of the universe, there could be 20 billion Earth-like worlds. Places with water, atmospheres, maybe even life. So that raises the biggest question of all. If the universe is this big, where is everybody? This is called the Fermi paradox, the mystery of why we haven't found aliens yet. With so many planets, life should be everywhere, and yet, as far as we know, we're alone. Maybe we're the first. Maybe we're the last. Or maybe we're just not listening in the right way. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a step back. Because the size of the universe, that's just the start. Let's talk about gravity. It's the reason planets orbit stars. The reason the moon stays close to Earth. The reason we don't float away. But gravity doesn't just pull things together. It bends space itself. And nowhere is that more extreme than black holes. Imagine a star bigger than the sun. It burns for millions, maybe billions of years, until it runs out of fuel. And then it collapses. If it's big enough, nothing can stop that collapse. The star keeps shrinking, getting smaller and denser until it becomes a point of infinite gravity. A black hole. Light can't escape. Time slows to a crawl. And if you fall in, well, let's just say you're not coming back. The edge of a black hole is called the event horizon, a point of no return. Once you cross it, your future leads only to the center. But here's where it gets weird. Time and space flip inside a black hole. The way we move forward through time, that's the way you move toward the center. It's inevitable. If you fell in, you'd see the entire universe speed up around you. Stars would form and die in seconds. Galaxies would spin and collide like time-lapse footage. And eventually, you'd reach the singularity, a place where physics itself breaks down. Sounds like science fiction, right? Except we've seen them. We've taken pictures of black holes, like Sagittarius A in the center of our galaxy Asterisk. It's 6 million times the mass of the Sun. And then there's Ton 618, the biggest black hole we've ever found. 40 billion times the mass of our Sun. That's big enough to swallow our entire solar system many times over. But black holes aren't just cosmic monsters. Some scientists think they could be gateways to other universes. Others believe they may have white hole counterparts, where matter is spit out instead of sucked in. If that's true, what's on the other side? We don't know, and maybe we never will. But black holes are just the beginning, because if you think they're strange, wait until you hear about the planets we've found. We think of planets as solid ground beneath our feet, places with mountains, oceans, and skies like Earth. But the truth, most planets out there don't follow the rules. Take HD 189733b, a gas giant about 64 light-years away. It looks like a peaceful blue world, kind of like Earth. But it's a nightmare. This planet has winds that blow at 5,000 miles per hour, 7 times the speed of sound, and those winds carry something terrifying. Molten glass, raining, sideways. Shards of glass flying through the air at hypersonic speeds. It's the deadliest weather system in the known universe, and that's just one world. Now, imagine a planet made of diamonds. This one's called 55 Cancri E. It's twice the size of Earth, but its surface is mostly pure carbon. And under intense heat and pressure, that carbon could turn into solid diamond. A world where mountains, valleys, and entire continents could be made of crystal clear gemstones. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But space doesn't care about rules, which is why some planets shouldn't exist. And yet, they do, like WASP 12b. This planet is so close to its star, it's literally being eaten alive. The star's gravity is pulling the planet apart, stripping away its atmosphere piece by piece. Every second, this planet is shrinking, and one day, it'll be completely gone. A planet that's dying before our eyes. But what about planets that don't orbit stars at all? We call them rogue planets. These worlds were thrown out of their solar systems billions of years ago. Now, they drift in darkness, lost in the void of space. No sun, no light, no warmth. Just frozen, abandoned planets, wandering the galaxy forever. Some are bigger than Jupiter. Others might be Earth-sized. But here's the question. What if some of them still have life? We often think life needs sunlight. But what if it doesn't? What if it just needs water? That's where Europa comes in. Europa is one of Jupiter's moons. On the surface, just a frozen wasteland. But beneath its icy shell, there's an entire ocean. Scientists believe it holds twice as much water as Earth. And everywhere we find water on Earth, we find life. Could something be swimming beneath Europa's frozen crust? Then there's Enceladus, one of Saturn's moons. It has geysers, giant plumes of water shooting into space. We've already detected organic molecules there. That means Enceladus might have the right ingredients for alien life. And here's the best part. We don't have to guess anymore. Right now, space agencies are planning missions to drill through Europa's ice and search its oceans. If something is down there, we might find it within our lifetime. But moons aren't the only places we're looking. We've built powerful telescopes that can scan distant planets for chemical fingerprints of life. Oxygen, methane, water vapor. We're getting better at reading the atmospheres of planets light years away. And someday soon, we might point a telescope at a distant world and see something impossible. Something that shouldn't be there. Maybe even signs of an alien civilization around us. In 1977, a radio telescope picked up a mystery signal from deep space. It lasted 72 seconds and then vanished. It was loud, it was clear, and it didn't match anything we've ever heard. Astronomer Jerry Amon circled the printout and wrote one word. Wow. That's why it's called the WOW signal. And here's the weird part. We've been listening for decades, but we've never heard it again. What was it? A cosmic accident? A natural phenomenon? Or a message? Was it a signal from an alien civilization? We may never know, but it's not the only mystery. Are we already being watched? Think about this. If an advanced alien race wanted to study us, they wouldn't send a giant spaceship. That would be too obvious. They'd send something small, something hidden. A tiny, undetectable probe, watching us from a distance. Some scientists believe aliens might have already placed probes in our solar system. Maybe hidden in the asteroid belt. Maybe orbiting the moon. Maybe floating in deep space, recording everything we do. If that sounds crazy, remember, we're already doing this ourselves. We've sent robotic probes to Mars, to asteroids, to the outer planets. We even sent Voyager 1, a tiny spacecraft carrying a golden record of Earth's sounds and images, just in case someone finds it. So, if we're sending probes into space, why wouldn't someone else? And here's the really wild thought. What if they're already here? What if they've been watching us for centuries, waiting for us to evolve? The truth is, we don't know. But one thing is clear. The more we learn, the stranger the universe becomes. Everything has an end. Even the universe. Right now, space is expanding. Galaxies are moving away from each other. The farther they are, the faster they go. But what happens in the far, far future? There are a few possibilities. One is called the Big Freeze. In this scenario, the universe keeps expanding forever. Stars burn out. Planets freeze. Black holes evaporate. Over trillions of years, everything fades into cold darkness. A universe where nothing happens anymore. No stars, no life, just empty space stretching endlessly. It's a slow, quiet death. But there's another possibility. The Big Crunch. What if the expansion stops? What if gravity pulls everything back together? Galaxies would collide. Space would shrink. The entire universe would collapse into a single, infinitely dense point. The same way it began, with a Big Bang. Except this time, it would be the final one. But then there's a third idea, one that's even stranger. The universe may not be the only one. What if this isn't the first time the universe has existed? Some scientists believe in a cyclic universe, one that expands, collapses, and starts again. A never-ending cycle of big bangs and big crunches. But there's another theory that might be even crazier. The multiverse. What if our universe is just one of many? Imagine an infinite ocean, with bubbles forming and popping. Each bubble a universe. Ours is just one of them. And here's the strange part. Some theories suggest black holes could be gateways to other universes. If that's true, then when a black hole forms, it might not just crush matter into nothingness. It might create a new universe. A place with different physics, different galaxies, maybe even different versions of us. It's an idea we can't prove, but in a universe this vast, it makes you wonder. What if the Big Bang wasn't the beginning? What if it was just a continuation of something even greater? Why does the universe exist? Here's the ultimate question. Why is there something instead of nothing? Scientists can explain how the universe works, how stars form, how black holes behave, how planets move. But the why? We have no answer. Some believe the universe exists by chance, that the right conditions just happen to align. Others believe in a deeper reason, that the universe has a purpose we don't understand yet. And then there's the strangest idea of all, that maybe the universe isn't real at all. Are we living in a simulation? Think about it. Everything around you, the air, the sky, your own body, is made of atoms. Atoms are made of particles. And at the smallest scale, these particles behave strangely. They don't exist in a definite state until they're observed. Some scientists believe this could mean we're in a simulation, a universe running on some kind of cosmic computer. And if that's true, who or what built it? We don't know. But here's what we do know. The universe is far bigger, stranger, and more mysterious than we ever imagined. And the more we learn, the more questions we have.